Hello, everybody, men and women, icons and superstars. Welcome to Beyond Ordinary, a space where growth isn't just a goal, it's a lifestyle, darling. I'm your one and only host, Mela M. And boy, did I not miss that intro. I missed it like how I missed primary. It was, oh my goodness. Oh, I cannot even put it into words. Wow. I missed it so bad. But then without any further ado, actually I have an announcement, and that announcement is we, as the team of Beyond Ordinary, which is me and my sisters, we have a huge surprise for you guys, which will be announced in the upcoming episode. I don't know which episode, could be episode 25, 20, I don't know, but then it will soon be announced. It's a very huge surprise. I'm so happy, and I genuinely pray and hope that you guys get happy for it too. So, without any further ado, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is about why many people are stuck. Yeah. While I was away. I stopped content creation throughout all my social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, my podcast. I stopped everything. Sorry, because of I was dealing with a lot. And with that being said, a lot was generally me procrastinating, overthinking. Oh, is this okay? Should I not post it? Should I? But then I forgot to live within that moment as an individual. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I think a lot of people are stuck because of a combination of internal and external factors. Ne? Internal factors such as fear of judgment, failure, or the unknown can freeze action. Ne? Limiting beliefs like thinking I am capable, limiting beliefs thinking like I'm not capable, I'm not worthy of this isn't for me, I am not meant to be here. This is how I felt. I was having a mental fight, an internal fight with myself, whereas I knew that I'm supposed to do content creation, but then I was fighting whether is it really for me because I don't have the proper equipment, the iPhones and whatever, and it stressed me like hell. But then I remembered we all start somewhere, and when you want something, you go after it no matter what. So yeah, the external factors, which can be an unclear goal, lack of support, or overwhelming distractions, making progress feel impossible. Okay, number one, the first point. I'm so sorry for if I'm in a rush. I'm so sorry, but then yeah, I'm so sorry once again. Point number one is overthinking versus action paralyzes. I'm so sorry, paralyzes. No. People analyze endlessly instead of trying. We tend to spend more time thinking, trying to plan and doing whatever, and then not actually executing. When I'm reading this book, and I'll recommend it in the later episode because I'm not done with it. In that book, they said this. The author said something like, a lot of people plan, a lot of people think it out through, a lot of people imagine themselves within that position, but only a selective few execute. Why is it so? Because people are scared of the fear of the unknown, judgment, and failure. That is normal human nature. Of course, we are generally scared of the unknown. What you do not know scares you. It makes you freeze because your brain is just like, this feeling is just not for me. But then I want you to learn something very important. You cannot try something new. You cannot go into something new without trying. And how will you learn that you love that particular thing if you're not going into it? So as an individual, you should really branch out and go after it. Stop overthinking and start executing, whether it's content creation, post that video. Don't think who will see it, who will do what. If you want to become a fashion designer and post you planning your designs, do it. If you want to go ahead in an auditorium or in a class and present something randomly, do it. Like, be you. I'm not saying, as long as it does not harm the next person, do it. I feel like a lot of people think, and we as humans, yes, this is human nature, I get it, but then I feel like we waste so much time overthinking, planning ahead, and not executing. Whereas execution, when it is time to execute, we procrastinate, we delay, we overthink. So that is not healthy. Okay, so as long as we just stop overthinking and just post, execute, do it. Like my sisters constantly tell me this: stop overthinking and do something, and then the outcomes will show it for will simply reflect. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. So point number two is attachment to comfort zones. Change is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. So the oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am tongue tied. It's been a very long time since I've been back here. I am so sorry, family. I am so sorry. Okay, so back to point number two. Point number two, attachment to comfort zone. Change is uncomfortable, which is simply it's unfamiliar. We are so unfamiliar to change to a point that it scares you. I said this in a previous point. Even if it's unsatisfying, it feels safe. You know what I'm saying? A comfort zone, even if you're not happy where you are, it's okay. Like, you simply don't care. You're just like, I'll figure it out later. You know what I'm saying? I have my classmates always say, we'll see you when you cross the bridge. Whatever. I forgot how they said, but then yeah, we'll see you when we cross the bridge when we arrive. And I constantly tell them, being comfortable kills an individual, and I get it. Nami, I sometimes relax and be like, my podcast does not need one, two, and three, and I tend to forget that I started this stream because I wanted to express my voice in every part. I wanted to enter rooms and be able to articulate myself in ways people would be so amazed and be like, wow, this child is just an extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? So, comfort zone kills. When you're in your comfort zone, you just relax. Whatever you know in your comfort zone, you're just like, I don't need anything. Learn to exit your comfort zone. Not saying you should not visit it. Actually, you should not. Because when you visit it, it might trap you. So, learn to exit it. Breathe. Allow yourself to branch out. Allow yourself to be like, you know what, I want this and I'm going after it. Go after it. Stop dwelling in a comfort zone, even when you see or know I'm going to get killed here. Okay, good. Point number three, unrealistic expectations. Okay, waiting for the perfect plan, perfect timing, or perfect circumstances lead to stage stagnation. Now, the reason why I say this, it's because of we constantly wait for the right time and be like, oh, I'm going to give you an example about me. Okay, we constantly wait for the right plan, the right time, the right circumstances to do this. Now, for example, when I started content creation, I was like, no, let me wait for an iPhone. Then my parents and sisters, actually, my parents asked me which iPhone I want, and I told my father that I want an iPhone XR, and he was like, "Please be more realistic. It's 2026. You cannot say you want an iPhone XR." And I was like, "Huh, interesting." And then I started looking into iPhones, and I was like, "Wow!" I saw one I particularly liked, and then he was like, now we are doing a bet. Okay, if you are able to execute this particular thing within this amount of time, I'm going to buy you that phone. Okay, and I was like, okay, deal. So now I'm just like, why am I not posting? Okay, I get it, we're getting an iPhone, but then why are we not building a fan base before we get the iPhone? You know what I'm saying? Build a platform, build a family where like we actually understand each other and we're just vibing, and then everyone's just loving. And then when they see growth, when I get the iPhone, they'll be like, "Oh wow, we're so happy for you, Mellow." But then me being me, I'm just like, So it's expand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning to just embrace who I am, and I feel like this has affected me negatively because I often look at what people have to say about me, especially from school. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I posted that video yesterday, and someone at school was like, would come up to me with when I'm with my friends, and they'd be like, "Oh, I saw your video yesterday. I'm so 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 happy. I liked it. You're so funny." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I don't have social media." It's like I'm so embarrassed of the fact that I have social media. I don't know. I don't know. It's just wild. But then, honestly speaking, so far so good. I'm learning to trust myself. I'm learning to build a platform where everyone is just free. My family loves me. We are growing. My supporters are just everything. I call them beyond family, like we are a nation, we are growing. So yeah, I've learned that what, you don't necessarily have to wait for the perfect time. I told this friend of mine, for the first time I'll be talking about him, Karabo. I told this friend of mine, Karabo, he was like, he wants to start posting, and then he was like, oh, naga chaba jo next shy. And I was like, it's either you start now or you never do. And I gave him this motivation. Same day he started posting, that post blew up. Second post, he posted it, post blew up bigger than the first one. Third post, recent post, blew up. And I told him, "Man, I told you that you should start posting. Now it works for you." And he's like, hey, now I love it here. I'm not leaving. And I was like, I told you, whenever my friends come to me and they're like, I want to start something new, I constantly tell them, do it. I'm willing to do it for you. I'm willing to promote it for you. Because I know that if we constantly wait for the perfect time, perfect moment, perfect circumstance, they'll never arrive. So, as individuals, as a community, as friends, as family, we should actually build each other. Rakukana. Spedi sere, o motho o thusang ba bangwe, o tla tla thuseha. You know what I'm saying? So, in simple English, that means the one who helps others will simply get help. You know what I'm saying? So you should generally pick up other people, lift them, put them on a higher pedestal, and then one day they'll lift you up now, and then you'll go on a higher pedestal now. You know what I'm saying? So just start now. Like I said this in my previous episode, in episode 5, just start. What are you waiting for? Just start. And I get it. Yes, it's gonna be hard at first. You will not see the results on whatever, but then for now, tell yourself you're doing it for fun. And then when you start growing, you'll be like, oh, I actually like this. So yeah, point number 4 is comparison and external pressure. Okay, seeing others' progress can make someone doubt their own progress instead of focusing on their unique journey and unique experiences. This is straightforward, but then yeah, um, I feel like if my sisters constantly tell me that when you look, comparison is like simply looking into your neighbor's household, and when you look into your neighbor's household, you no longer focus into what your household. So your household will be in jeopardy. Is it jeopardy or jeopardy, whatever? But then yeah, your household will be a mess, and then you will end up being a wreck. So you should literally stop focusing on other people's journeys. This is your journey. There's a reason why there's one Noah, there's one Tumelo, there's one Melo M, there's one Litabo, there's never going to be, and there will never ever be another you. So you should focus on your own journey and unique experiences. And remember, you're not doing this because of pressure, because of you want to be big. Even if it's that, at first I said this in my previous point, that if it's that, at least be delusional and be like, oh, you know what? I'm doing this for fun. I actually love content creation. You'll actually fall in love with it. And then if it's not really a passion, within that passion, the universe will simply direct you into other passions you simply love, and be like, oh wow, this is the hobby I'm most passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Ways to move past feeling stuck include, point number 1 is breaking big goals into tiny manageable steps. You know what I'm saying? We should let me tell you this actually. In that book I'm reading, there's a point, I think it's page 12, if I'm not mistaken. They said something like, um a big task can seem overwhelming, but break it into 5 pieces, you'll see, and start working on it, and give it 1 hour, it will be done. And I was like, wow, I tried this through cleaning. I was like, oh, that day I was left alone in my household, and I was like, ugh, there's a lot of chores, man. And I broke them down and was like, okay, let me start with the dishes. After that, let me mop, let me do, and let me tidy up my room. And I was like, after that, I gave it like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I was like, wow, that 2 hours and 30 minutes went by so fast I did not even notice. I was so surprised and I was so impressed with myself. I learned that breaking big goals into tiny manageable steps works wonders. So do it. Point number two, creating accountability through mentorship, peers, and routines. Learn to be accountable for your routines. This is straightforward. I feel like I don't necessarily have to explain it, but then yeah, learn to be accountable through anything. Learn to be accountable. Point number three, practicing small experiments to build momentum instead of waiting for clarity. Um, there's a movie called Girls Trip by I forgot the director and the executive producer. But then in that movie, um, there's this lady called Ryan Pierce, you know, and Ryan is the perfect girl. She's married to a football athlete. They're perfect. They seem perfect, but they're not. You know? And then in that movie, I don't want to get into it, but then yeah, the guy ends up cheating on Ryan, and they will go and like it's just an interesting movie. You should watch it. It's very old though. Yeah. So in that movie, I learned through Ryan Pierce that when you practice small experiments, they build small momentums. I wish they had given us a mini backstory on Ryan's life, but then they necessarily did not. Ryan, I believe before she launched I Can Have It All, she failed multiple times and she was like, I'm tired, but then I want this thing. She did it. I believe for the multiple authors that denied her. A perfect example, Mel Robbins. I'm sure Mel Robbins was denied by multiple authors before she published. She, sorry, she published her book. I forget the name of the book. Oh my goodness, and I'm reading it. Oh my goodness. But then yeah, I'm sure, I am most definitely sure. Even Jay Shetty, I am most definitely sure that you know what, they were mostly denied access to, to just branch out the ideas. But then they never stopped. They never waited for the perfect moment. They never waited for clarity. They just kept on building the momentum until they were finally accepted. So go for it. Go for it. Practice makes perfection. I think that saying goes like that. Yeah. Practice makes perfect, I think. But then start with small steps. Do it today. Lena, also me, I did not wake up and be like, oh, podcasting is my dear. You can feel Mongom or Tumelo. Tumelo is just stuttering. Melo is just rambling on. And it's okay. I'm still learning this podcast whole thing. It's even overwhelming at times. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I just cannot. But then I keep on coming back. My audience keep on growing. The family keeps on growing. My supporters are just a lot, and I love it here. I'm learning each step of the day. Sometimes I'm like, oh, on YouTube on YouTube Beyond Ordinary is not getting views, but then I'm not stopping there. I'm going to continue posting. My middle sister always tells me that consistency builds a firm wall, meaning that wall, when trials and tribulations come, that wall won't fall, because you know why? You were consistent while building it, and now it's firm. So yeah, practice, work on your hobbies, work on the goal that you want. Uzabana, girl, you'll be alright. Stop focusing on waiting for clarity and the perfect moment. It's never going to come. Okay, that is the honest truth. It is never going to come. Just do it today. So yeah, last point is embracing imperfection and learning through action rather than waiting for clarity, or sorry, for certainty. you know I just said this in the last point. Um, don't wait for the perfect moment. It's never there. There's no perfect moment. That's why a perfect example of what I'm saying, when you ask creators, content creators, about how can I start content creation, whatever, they're just like, start posting now. Do it. Just start. All of them tell you one thing. Just start. Just that one of my friends, Katli M Baby, she's also one of the most popular influencers. And I told them that I wanted to start content creation a year ago. They both told me just that Katli video was even generous to be like, oh, go buy a ring light first and then you'll be sorted with the lighting thingy. Cool, I went and everything was sorted. But then now I'm just like, I'm not posting. Why did I buy the ring light? It's utterly pointless. I feel like I had certain expectations that when I start posting, my fan base is going to grow all of a sudden. But then I forgot that this is a journey, and this journey is literally a journey of 1,000 miles. I forgot that I have to walk this journey every single day, looking forward and not sideways nor backwards. So, yeah, just that. Embrace the imperfection, embrace the failure, don't dwell too much on it, learn from it, and yeah, grow as an individual. Pick up yourself and tell yourself, you know what, I am not settling for less, I want more. Yes, I did fail at this, but then there's more to life than this. So yeah, guys, that's it for today's episode. I love you so much. See you in episode 7. Bye. Mwah.